Hello and welcome to the next episode of my channel where I'm going to take up a poem from class 10th. The name of the poem is The Trees. So as the name suggests, you can understand that the main character, the subject of the poem are trees. The trees inside are moving out into the forest that was empty all these days, where no bird could sit, no insect hide, no sun bury its feet in shadow. The forest that was empty all these nights will be full of trees by morning. So what does the first stanza tell us? It tells us that the trees which are growing inside houses, nowadays there's a trend of green walls where people plant trees in their house itself. So these trees are moving out and going towards the forest. That is their right habitat. That is the place they belong to. Because of development, people have started cutting so many trees that forests are becoming empty. There are no trees at all. There is no place for a bird to sit or for an insect to hide in the shade of the tree because there is no tree. No sun bury its feet means you cannot get little bit of shade from the sun rays because there are no trees. So now after this night, all the trees will be moving to the forest and forest will be filled with trees. So this is the meaning of the first stanza. All night the roots work to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda. The leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion. Long cramped boughs shuffling under the roof, like newly discharged patients, half dazed, moving to the clinic doors. Now there are too many poetic devices in this stanza. Whole night the trees had been digging up. They had been trying to disengage from the cracks in the veranda floor. And the leaves are straining. They are working really hard to move towards the glass. The twigs have become tight because they're trying to move as far as possible. And here is one poetic device used here. The trees are being compared to patience. Now the poetic device used here is simile. The trees are like newly discharged patients, just like patients who had been in the hospital for a very long time. They stagger, they cannot move properly. Similarly, the trees which had been bent for a very long time are now free, so they are not able to walk properly. They are walking like patients. I sit inside, door open to the veranda, writing long letters in which I scarcely mention the departure of the forest from the house. The night is fresh, the whole moon shines in a sky still open. The smell of leaves and lichen still reaches like a voice into the room. So the poet, she was writing letters, long letters. But now she is not mentioning about the departure in her letter. She's so embarrassed that why does she need to write about this topic in her letter? It is such an obvious topic. Actually, she was writing a letter to the government about this issue, that how trees are very scarce in forests, but she stops writing it because she feels very embarrassed. It's such an obvious topic. Why does she need to inform anyone? Everybody knows it and they should take a step. And she feels as if the trees are talking to her. It's like voice to her. But then by next morning she will not be able to hear any voice because all the trees would have by then moved to the forest. My head is full of whispers which tomorrow will be silent. Listen, the glass is breaking. So as the trees, they're trying to break free. They're trying to move towards the forest. They break the glass. and the trees are stumbling forward into the night. All of a sudden they are getting freedom, so they stumble out. Winds rush to meet them. The moon is broken like a mirror. Now this line is very, very important. Now as the tallest oak tree goes out in the open, it seems as if it is touching the moon, and only half the moon is visible. So it seems as if the moon is broken like a mirror. Again, it is a simile. Its pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak, and it seems only a part, because only a part of the moon is visible. Half the part was covered by the oak, so it seems as if the moon is broken like a mirror. Now little bit of summary in Hindi. सारे पेड़ जो घर के अंदर उग रहे थे वे फॉरेस्ट की तरफ मूव करते हैं, क्योंकि वही उसका सही स्थान है. फॉरेस्ट जो है वो पूरी तरह से खाली हो चुका है, वहां पे बिल्कुल भी अब ट्री नहीं है जहां पे बर्ड्स बैठ सके या हमें शेड मिल सके, छाव मिल सके. सो सारे पेड़ जो है वो खुद को घर से उखाड़कर फॉरेस्ट की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं. और क्योंकि वो एक ही स्थान पर बहुत दिनों से थे, इसलिए आज जब वो मूव कर रहे हैं तो बिल्कुल वो एक पेशेंट की जैसे मूव कर रहे हैं, जिसमें एनर्जी नहीं है या जो अच्छी तरह से चल नहीं पा रहा है. और पोएट उनके बारे में एक लेटर लिखती है गवर्नमेंट को, लेकिन वो बीच में ही रुक जाती है, क्योंकि उसे लगता है कि एक बहुत ही ऑब्वियस सी टॉपिक है जिससे लिखने में उन्हें शर्म आती है. और आज जो ये पेड़ जो आवाज कर रहे हैं उनके लिए एक वॉइस के जैसा, जो उसे कह रहे हैं कि मेरे लिए लड़ो. कल ये सारी वॉइस बिल्कुल ही शांत हो जाएगी, बिकॉज कल तक सारे पेड़ फॉरेस्ट में चले जाएंगे. और जो टॉलेस्ट ओक है, ऐसा लगता है वो मून को टच कर रहा है, और मून जो है वो एक ब्रोकन मिरर की तरह है. Now, इस poem का there is one more hidden meaning of this poem, symbolism of this poem. This poem is also talking about women emancipation. Now, women have not got freedom. Like in the time when this poem was written, women were meant to stay at home. They were not getting freedom to go out and work and earn a living for themselves. They were stifled. So this poem also talks about them, that women too have a right to go out, work for themselves. They too deserve a freedom to live their lives on their own term. So this is the end of this poem. I hope you have understood. If there is something which you have not understood, feel free to ask me. And thank you once again for subscribing to my channel. Do like my video and let me know if what are the topics I need to take up. Thank you.